Good evening and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. After weeks of record-breaking case numbers, Iowa's COVID-19 case count has started to drop in recent days.
It is good news for sure, but public health officials fear it might not be a lasting trend, and we have the details in our top story at 6.
When cases started taking off in late October, our plateau was around 1,000 new cases per day. We are now double. If the plateau is double than the one we were at during the previous surge, it's a really bad spot.
The end of October brought a drastic spike in positive cases in what was the beginning of the state's biggest surge since the start of the pandemic. Cases fluctuated between nearly 2,000 and more than 5,000 new cases each day. Now, the 7-day average sits at 1,700 cases.
Meanwhile, the number of Iowans hospitalized over virus concerns also down, now at 898 patients. That is the first time that number has dropped below 900 since the beginning of November. And while Iowa's infectious disease experts say these signs are encouraging, the state's COVID-19 numbers are still significantly higher than they have been during any other point at the pandemic. And health officials are warning that Iowa has yet to see the effects of the Thanksgiving holiday on the state's coronavirus caseload, but we might start seeing cases increase this week. According to officials, it generally takes about 2 weeks from the time of an event until a surge in positive tests are seen. An increase in hospitalizations and deaths from COVID-19 soon follow any surge in cases.
But so far, the indications don't seem to show any major surges, but again, it's probably too early to make that determination. As far as Christmas goes, honestly, we just don't know.
And health officials are encouraging Iowans to continue wearing masks in public and plan for smaller holiday gatherings to continue slowing the spread and help get COVID-19 under control statewide.
Taking a look now at COVID-19 numbers from here in Siouxland, Woodbury County this evening surpassing 11,000 total cases. That's after reporting 55 new cases just today. Officials also list 61 patients currently being cared for in local hospitals.
In Nebraska, Dakota County reports 43 additional positive cases and 1 new death over the weekend. And in South Dakota, Union County reporting 269 active cases. Meanwhile, Clay County reports 263 cases that are active.
The South Sioux City Health Board this evening discussing a potential mask mandate that comes just ahead of next week's City Council meeting. It all comes after a previous discussion just a week ago. Now, Dakota County continues to see a positivity rate stay above 5%. That's since the start of the pandemic. One couple that we spoke with in South Sioux City today telling us that they're expecting mask mandates to go into effect well beyond the community, telling us that they'd rather be safe than sorry.
My mom being close to 80 and him and his 65, being 65, I would rather see him wearing masks and get sick.
Of course, there are varying opinions on the subject, and the mayor of South Sioux City himself previously saying that he does not want to issue a city-wide mask mandate. KCAU 9's Hannah Adamson will have more from tonight's health board meeting, the latest on that story tonight at 10.
And nearly 9 months after the pandemic started impacting Siouxland, there is starting to be some light at the end of the tunnel.
And that's why we're bringing in local experts to help explain the new treatments for COVID-19, as well as the timeline for folks here in Siouxland as a vaccine arrives.
Tomorrow at 6:30, tune in on KCAU 9 or SiouxlandProud.com, our website for this town hall event, Coronavirus Fighting a Pandemic.
Stuck my head outside just for a second before the newscast. Crisp and cool now, but looks like the start of a pretty good week.
It does, and we were treated today to temperatures well above average. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson for a look at our work week forecast. Scott?
Yeah, some more decent December temperatures out there today. We did see our highs get up into the 50s around most of the region today. Here's a review of those high temperatures. Cooler to the east, 48 in Cherokee and Lamar's, 51 our official high temperature in Sioux City this afternoon, 57 in Norfolk, and 60 in Albion. Looks like temperatures tonight should be tumbling down into the 20s. Some more great weather coming our way these next couple days, but things will start to change as we approach the weekend. We'll talk about a rain-snow mix. Things getting a little messy in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Scott. While thousands of schools across the country are dealing with issues in education thanks to the pandemic, one school district in Siouxland is seeing a noticeable decline in the enrollment numbers. At Akron Westfield Community School District, enrollment for the 2020-2021 school year is down roughly 9%, which is 51 students less. The superintendent says for that district, the number is significant. He adds the district receives roughly $7,000 per student, which means a loss of roughly $350,000 in state funding.
We have a $3 million reserve currently. And also the school finance system does have a safety net. So next year we're guaranteed 101% of this year's revenue.
Superintendent Randy Collins says the decline is linked to multiple families moving out of the area.
Well, during these difficult days for couples and families, a pandemic-forced quarantine is actually bringing them closer together.
But some say it's actually driving them apart. And as KCAU 9 News reporter Mallory Smith tells us, those numbers are up.
Nationally, divorce rates are on the rise. The pandemic has couples spending more time together, and in some cases, that's not a good thing. According to the website Legal Templates, divorce rates are up 34% in the U.S. over the same time last year. Woodbury District Court Clerk Amy BERNTSON says despite the national statistics, she hasn't seen much of a difference in Woodbury County.
Actually, if you would add up March of this year through the end of November and March of last year through the end of November, the same time period, they're about the same.
One Siouxland couple says going through a few years of retirement helped them conquer quarantining.
We're doing okay because we're both retired and we kind of got used to being home together a lot through that. And then the pandemic has been a good time to catch up on a lot of things that we couldn't get to before.
Nevertheless, attorney Lindsay Boucher specializes in divorces. She says her office has been flooded with calls.
Our office has kind of blown up with family law calls, which is good for business, but it's unfortunate as well, obviously, for society.
According to Legal Templates, compared to 2019, more couples pursued a divorce after only 5 years of marriage or less.
Once a marriage has gone for about 20 years, over half of those marriages are going to end in divorce. And now with COVID and the pandemic, we're seeing that 33% increase. So you're talking quite a few people, and really statistically this year, the newlyweds have had the biggest impact, which is...
Boucher encourages couples having problems or considering divorce to see a counselor or therapist. Mallory Smith, KCAU 9 News.
Well, a lot of folks currently wrapping up their Christmas wish list and gifts, but health officials are already reminding folks we're still under a pandemic.
How shoppers can get the gifts and help slow the spread at the same time, coming up.
And a couple more gifts lined up in the weather department. Some more sunshine, high temperatures in the 60s on Wednesday. Things will start to change, though, later this week. A chance of seeing a rain-snow mix. We'll talk more about that in the 9 on 9 forecast. It's straight ahead.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
Well, there are years where we have winter weather before Halloween.
Right.
That was a long time ago. Still no winter weather, but Scott says that could be changing.
I know. I personally am enjoying this streak, Scott, of unseasonably warm weather above average again today.
Right. This year we've had a couple little doses of wintertime weather, a little snow that is stacked up here and there, but nothing that's really been sustainable, and it looks like we are going to have a few more nice days until we start to chill things off later on in the week. Here's a look outside now on the Wayne State College camera in northeast Nebraska. Just a little sliver of daylight on the horizon there. Of course, we continue to approach the winter solstice. Those days continue to get shorter, but they will become longer here before too long. Here's the almanac for today. The high temperature this afternoon at 51. The low temperature this morning, awfully cold, 17 degrees. That's actually pretty close to where we should be for this time of year. 15 is the average low temperature for today. Here's what's going on in Sioux City now. Our temperature is at 39 degrees. We have a northwest wind of 7 miles per hour. Relative humidity 53% and a dew point of 23. Temperatures across the upper Midwest, 30s and 40s being indicated. Cooler as you move east of Interstate 29. It is 30 degrees now in Mason City, 32 in Des Moines. And temperatures propped up into the 40s as you travel to the west. 42 in Lincoln, 47 degrees and temperatures as well. Tim and Sophie?
It'll be an enjoyable week across Siouxland.
Yep, get out and enjoy it because we've had a roller coaster. I have a feeling winter will be the same. Well, 2 major shopping holidays just around the corner, of course, and health officials tonight begging people to adapt their shopping habits.
What folks can do to help slow the spread of COVID-19 while still getting out, picking up Christmas and Hanukkah gifts. That's next. With Christmas now just 3 weeks away, the holiday shopping season is indeed in full swing.
But experts are concerned about the rising number of coronavirus cases in the country, and they're warning Americans to avoid that in-person shopping.
ABC's Marcy Gonzalez takes a look at what's being done to keep shoppers safe.
With holiday shopping now in high gear, health officials are urging Americans to take a new approach as COVID-19 cases continue to surge. The mayor of El Paso, Texas, says 1 week of contact tracing data last month showed shopping contributed to more than half of coronavirus infections there. In Colorado, public health officials say they're seeing an increase in cases linked to retail, mostly big box stores. And leaders in Massachusetts are echoing other health officials, encouraging people to avoid indoor shopping this year.
Indoors with poor ventilation and people close together is a recipe for cases to emerge.
The National Retail Federation says public health and safety are retailers' top priority. Retailers have been on the front lines of the pandemic, ensuring that people have access to important goods and services. And store owners nationwide are doing what they can to keep cases low and businesses open, limiting capacity, requiring masks and social distancing, as well as putting plexiglass at checkout counters. And experts say there are steps you can take to help keep holiday shopping safer.
Waiting in a line in close proximity to someone else could be problematic. A long engagement with someone who's checking you out is also problematic. So potentially self-checkout would reduce the amount of contact you would have with a person.
The CDC recommends shopping online from the safety of home and then getting curbside pickup. But if you do have to go into a store, experts say to try to go during off hours and use contactless payment when possible. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Toy safety is always a concern throughout the year, but with the holiday shopping season here, knowing what toys are considered dangerous is certainly more relevant.
That's right. The World Against Toys Causing Harm Incorporated organization releasing their 10 worst toys for the year 2020, with most of them listed as causing potential eye and facial injury. For the full list of the most dangerous toys this year, you can check out this digital exclusive story. It's posted on our website for you right now at SiouxlandProud.com, or click this story on the free KCAU 9 News app.
Well, Iowa State's Ashley Jones has been one of the best basketball players in the country the first couple of weeks of the season.
Jake has more on just how good the junior has been and the honors headed her way coming up in sports. Don't go away.
Poll. Too many J's
in that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, lots of blues, lots of birds. I mean, it's going to be crazy.
Thanks, Jake.
We'll check in for one final look at your forecast. First, take you outside right now from downtown Sioux City. Stay with us. After spring-like temperatures today, temperatures falling off a little bit tonight, but at the moment holding on.
Yeah, for at least a couple more days, I think, but we will start to chill things off moving toward the weekend. Tonight, a low temperature of 23 degrees, a clear sky. Tomorrow, some more sunshine. Pretty similar to today, just a little bit warmer, as it looks like we'll hike up to 55. 60 on Wednesday, and then some more clouds will start to move in Thursday, a rain-snow mix Friday, and starting to feel more like December next week with those highs in the 30s and 40s.
Watching some folks walk across the Northwestern College campus there behind us, and we got jackets tonight. Earlier today, probably short-sleeve shirt.
Yeah, but no snow on the ground.
No snow.
A little weird for December.
The snow crew likes that, though.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks for being with us at 6.
We'll see you back here at 10. Good night.